Cancer and Scorpio sexual and intimacy compatibility. The sign of Scorpio is associated with death and all kinds of bad things, but all of their maliciousness comes from their emotional and sexual repression. Cancer can usually understand the need of their Scorpio partner to express their deepest, darkest emotions in their sex life. If Cancer partner doesn't get scared or too forced to do something they are not ready for, a sexual relationship between Cancer and Scorpio can be deeply satisfying for both partners. This is a relationship of two water signs, and because of this their sex life needs to reflect all of their emotional connection or a lack of it if there is any. When they fall in love, they will both need to express their feelings, and the intimacy they might share is incredible. However, Scorpio is a sign in which the moon falls, and this is the ruler of the sign of Cancer. If Scorpios need to bury their emotions is too intense, there is a great chance they will be too rough or insensitive on their partner. This is something Cancer will have difficulty coping with and could lead to Cancer's need to separate because they could simply get tired from all the special or aggressive sexual requirements their Scorpio partner has. 90%. Cancer and Scorpio trust. When Scorpio falls in love, trust is one of the most important things they are looking for. If they feel betrayed in any way, they can start showing all of those maleficent sides of their nature and become truly possessive and jealous. Cancer partner usually wants someone to share a life with, and they will have no reason to cheat or lie to their partner. As all water signs, they could both fear telling the truth to a certain point, but this doesn't necessarily need to speak of their unfaithfulness or the beginning of the end of their relationship. Usually they will both be able to give each other enough security to feel safe and build the trust they both need not to feel hurt or betrayed. 95%. Cancer and Scorpio communication and intellect. Cancer and Scorpio usually understand each other without words. This can influence their sex life and make it much better, or much worse, depending on how their need for mystery is expressed. Their communication is very good, for as long as emotions are not the main theme of a conversation. They can finish each other's sentences if they have any need to talk in the first place. The depth they both have, although it might not be visible at first in Cancer partner, makes them able to talk about anything at all. In the case when Cancer wants to run from negative experiences and Scorpio from their emotions, they could have trouble forming a relationship at all. Still, this is a very rare scenario, and even if they have these tendencies, they will probably help each other deal with them and give each other the exact mental stimulation they both need. 99%. Cancer and Scorpio emotions. This is a tricky territory for a couple like this one. Cancer lives buried in their emotions, positive or negative, capable of using them in their everyday routine as an incorporated part of their life. Scorpio can have trouble understanding how this works exactly, because they have a tendency to dismiss emotions, thinking that this is the only way to reach a certain goal. The middle ground they need to find is a place where they are both free to follow these needs. Emotions have to be a way of living, as much as they can interfere with our goals. Both of these partners need to learn to lose control, as well as gain it again, in order to be able to let things flow and change in the way they are supposed to. 70%. Cancer and Scorpio values. Cancer values their inner peace and wants a stable life with a family they can rely on. Scorpio represents change and values it most of all, even if they are not fully aware of this. It can be difficult for these partners to coordinate their personalities if they are both not flexible enough to understand their differences and the depth each of them has behind these superficial needs. Scorpio can fear emotion to the point of agony, and if Cancer recognizes this, they will be able to approach them in the best way possible and discover their true need for security and emotional balance. 25%. Cancer and Scorpio shared activities. It doesn't really matter what Cancer and Scorpio will do if they both feel good with each other. They have to share emotions and protect their loved ones. Cancer due to their motherly need to protect people they love, and Scorpio in order to set good boundaries on what they think is right. If they create their own little world, they can be found in any situation together, dealing with things as one being. Scorpio usually likes some dangerous activities and Cancer will have difficulty adjusting to those, but if their emotional core is good, they will have a quiet understanding of each other's needs, however destructive they might get. 95%. Summary. A relationship between a Cancer and a Scorpio can go from one extreme to another, and although Cancer partner will try hard to stabilize it, it might be too difficult if Scorpio doesn't have enough respect for their own emotions. When they find an emotional link, they can go very deep in search of true love, and unite on a level that is unreachable for other zodiac signs. This can make them speak without words, understand each other's thoughts with only one shared glance and be synchronized in their approach to their future together. If their emotions aren't shared on a deepest possible level, or Scorpio partner refuses to deal with them, it could be too hard for Cancer to handle the self-destructive nature of their partner. Their connection needs to be sincere and pure, in order for both of them to be ready to give into this intense emotional contact. 79%.